Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be a live trade video where I try to capture some of my trades as they play out live. Market opens up here in about 4 minutes. Really quickly, for those of you that are new, when I say live, I mean that this is not a situation where I have recorded everything and now I'm coming back and doing a post commentary or a voiceover. Nothing like that. I'm recording myself, seeing the information for the very first time, so you're going to get my raw thoughts, my raw emotions, my raw reactions. So in other words, are you going to have like a perfectly scripted professional video? Absolutely not. Are you going to have a very raw, very nitty-gritty, kind of dirty look into what day trading looks like, what it's like to be a day trader? Absolutely. So I think I'm going to watch Tesla. And again, I say I think because as of right now, I don't know if something else might arise. But what I want to get mapped out here for the community, and if you're not aware, I do offer community, so that's what this is coming from. But 441 key upside breakpoint on the open. So that's going to be a level that I'm watching there, and all other members have the same exact opportunity. I don't own any shares in it right now. I should also note that I have taken one trade already before I realized I wanted to make a video because there seems to be so much moving out there. And that's when I like to make videos, when I think there's going to be an opportunity to make a cool video. And I have no problem saying my goal here is to make a cool video. Of course, that's not guaranteed. If hopefully that doesn't backfire and then I end up posting a video with a loss or something. But anyways, it's looking like there's going to be some great opportunity out there. But on... Actually, let me bring this. Let's see. BPTH. Yeah, I got time real quick to explain it. But yeah, BPTH bought this break right here. You can see I got in at 589. So right there was my purchase at 589. Gave it time, gave it time, gave it time. It finally did get up through the $6 mark, which is what I thought it had a great chance to do. And then it went up a whole like 5 cents and then started to really violently pull back. And I was able to just escape out at 597. So still walked away with $40, but basically a failed breakout. And then you can see where it's at now is, I mean, all the way down to 530. So that $40, it looks like a very good $40 to me. But yes, a situation of I got the break. I was right that the break would happen. It did happen of $6. I was very wrong to have thought that it was going to get that much more momentum through there. But then at least I was able to recognize that via the level twos. And if you're new, what are level twos? Well, that is what those are over there. But by watching that, notice that, yeah, something just wasn't quite right. And yeah, now did I think that it was going to get that nasty? I didn't think that. There's no way I knew that. But, glad I hopped out where I did. So yeah, I am technically up $40 with that pre-market trade. But let's go back to Tesla here. And let's see, market opens up here in less than 2 minutes. So I'll go ahead and pause and I'll see you back at the open. Well, the market is open, and unfortunately, it opened up above that 441 mark. So not going to be able to play that breakout. And now it's just leaving me in its dust. But we'll see if it wants to pull back. I mean, it is Tesla, so who knows? Maybe this thing is just going to go straight up all day long. But as of now, yeah, that game plan that I marked out, it just ended up opening slightly up above 441. What is the low of that, though? Low of 441.75. Maybe a quick short side opportunity. It'd have to be very, very quick, though, given how strong Tesla can be. But if you do hear typing, that is just me making other alerts in the room. What is that low? 441.75. Or is this thing just going to keep on beast moding up? Well, I'm going to go ahead and, what's Snap doing? Let's go check out Snapchat here. Basically straight up. So we have some potential here. Actually up over, try to get short up over 37.50 if it wants to even try to get up there. JKS now going though. So JKS has some potential. But, okay, well, nothing has really quite set up the way I want to see it set up. Granted, the market's only been open a minute. I got to remind myself that technically speaking, I am up $40 already, but up there goes Tesla. Whoops. Well, 441.75. Quick scalp to the downside. Yeah, basically went $1. I would like to think I could have worked with that and might still gone on some more. Yeah, there it goes. Oh well, that's what happens sometimes when you go check something else out. That's right, though. There will be more opportunities. In fact, it may be time to potentially think about getting long here now that it's pulling back. What is that, 442.15? So yeah, maybe a 442.15 entry point, but let's just see how far down this thing wants to pull back. I mean, this thing's very strong on the day. Let's go back over to JKS right now. Yeah, 67 could be a nice short area. Watching closely, and I missed it. I am struggling with JKS. Even previous days, this is a hard one to get filled on. If you're not familiar with my screen, right there you'll see an order. If you scroll back, you'll see an order went in white there. White meaning I submitted it to the market, but I just didn't get filled. So struggling here a little bit this morning. Let's see, what is that? High of 439. So let's see if this wants to pull back some more. And then 439 might be a nice little reversal point on it. As it continues to pull back here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pause. All right, JKS back on the table here with this bounce. Let's see if it wants to. Well, if this candle just goes right back down, then that's nothing I can work with at all. Which seems to be exactly what it's doing. Yep. That's just, you can't work with that setup. There's just no setup there. To go up and then all of a sudden it goes right back down. Now in hindsight, I get you because, oh, Clay, you could have shorted there. You're right. I suppose in hindsight, but, well, never mind. I'll go ahead and pause. All right. Same exact situation here with PTON. Big move up. Let's see if this one actually wants to give some sort of workable setup here. Needs to keep on pushing upwards, though. Well, and JKS just keeps on dropping, watching it on one of my other monitors. Okay, all right. 241.40. This thing's, or excuse me, 121.40. This thing's got to get up over 122 first before I'd want to alert it. Yeah, 121.40. Got to get up over 122 though first. Let's see that before I make an alert in the room. I'll have it ready though. 121.50 flush point, 1 minute. Like I said, got to get up above 122. Maybe it's not. Maybe am I being, oh, it did get up over 122. Just notice that. Okay. I didn't realize the high was at 122.19. Okay. What is that low? 121.75. I'll take it there instead if it wants to pull back. Okay, I'm going to get that updated to 121.75 here. Edit. Update 121.75. There we go. So 121.75 watching now. Pulling back here. In at 121.93. Let's see if we can get a bit of a pullback here. As of now, nothing. Perhaps I should not have anticipated it as much as I did. That might be costly. But like I said, I still think that this thing's going to want to roll back over here. I'm not sure I believe the current movement right now. So got back down below Let's see if we can finally get this thing moving now. Again, I'm in at 121.93. What I'm worried about here, though, is this. You know, I'm going to look to add. If it comes back down to 121.75, I'm going to add to the winner at that point, 121.75. So, well, not on this candle, though. If the next candle does it, I'll add. There we go. Let's see if it can get in at 121.87. So let's see if we can get some more move to the downside here. Can it get down through 121.50, or at least test it? Averages at 121.91. Let's see if this break can finally happen here. 121.50 should send it down even more. Let's give it another opportunity. Got to think if it goes back down to 121.50, this will be the break, because that would imply another failed bounce here. The question is, would I want to add again at 121.75? I could see that making sense with another failed bounce, because I would really like this setup. Well, that's not what I want to see right now. Well, this is disappointing. I'm not going to wave the white flag yet, but what is that low? 122.50. I think this might be a fake break right here. If it comes down to 122.50, I'll add. If not, I'm going to have to back out of this one with a bigger size loss, because this just, it cooperated. I was technically in the green, but never in the green enough to make it worth it. But 122.50, like I said, if it can get down to that area. Let's see if it wants to come back down or not. I'm just not quite sure I believe this is actually a breakout here, given the context. So 122.50 watching. Yeah, 122.80 is right now the new level of support. But it's not looking so good right now. Wow, pton is just, well, I'll give it one more chance to roll back over, but if it starts to head back up, then I'm definitely going to have to wave the white flag on it. That's a shame right there. I mean, I started to get the move, and then it just did not work out. If it goes up over 124, I got to get out. I just don't have a choice at this time. All right, all out there. No, still have 300 shares left. Well, and now it starts to pull back. So I guess that was, technically speaking, a good thing. All right. What did I just do? Oh, I'm not quite sure. How am I now? I am long 600 shares at 124. Okay, well, I'm actually long right now. Well, let's see if we can break up through that moving average there. There we go. Got some more bullishness to it. All right, all out there on the long side. Well, that was very disappointing. Not what I was hoping to see, but well, so that's how sometimes the cookie crumbles. And I made that comment earlier about maybe I'll be posting a video with a loss. Well, here we are, but only 944. Let's see if there's anything else out there. All right, gonna get short here at 68. Well, I got 200 shares, Phil. So I suppose that's better than nothing. Whoops, 67.50. So I'll take the $100 there. Got 50 cents on the move, but only got 200 shares. Wanted 500. So that would have been, if I had with the 500, I'd be scaling out of this a lot different. But yeah, kind of just summarizes my day today. The moves where I think it's where I get full position size, nothing happens, right? Good old confirmation bias at work, though. There's been plenty of times where it works out in my favor, but that's confirmation bias at its best. 67, though, could be another interesting entry point, but there's no way I'm taking it on this candle. So if this candle itself breaks down through 67, no way I would take that. But if this candle wants to bounce and then come back, I would be interested. But even if it breaks down right now, I need to see more of a bounce before I would, want to be taking that short at 67. Well, and there it goes anyways. What's going on with FSLY? Okay, all right. What is that? 82. 75. Yeah, right now I'm just looking to scalp. Not, you can't look to. I'm not trying to get all this back in one trade. That's not how it works. As of now, I'm accepting this being a losing day. So just trying to chip away at it here and there. But yeah, by no means am I saying, okay, well, what do I have to do in order to make back all these gains? That's not at all what I'm doing. But yeah, if this thing can get up to 82.75, I'd be interested in a short at that point. I will go ahead and pause. All right, I like 435 here as a potential short on Tesla. So good. Nice to see that it's bouncing up once again. So I'll keep a close eye on it. It was a little bit closer, but 435, very intriguing. All right, maybe Tesla 435 coming into play. Watching it very closely. Wouldn't complain about another little green candle here and then have it come back down. I mean, I'm okay with it now too, also going, but if 435.10 breaks, I'm going to get in, I think, or really 17. If it goes below 435, let's just call it 15-ish. Oh my goodness, did you see how fast that went? Wow. Again, scroll back and watch the level twos. Even if you use hotkeys, you wouldn't have got that one. Okay, what I'm curious about though is this going to be a fake breakdown of that area. So I might be interested in going long now with it if it looks like it's going to break back up above 435. High of that is at 434.60. Okay. Wow. That was crazy fast. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pause. Watching 66.85 here. Oh, all right. Well, keeps on spiking upwards now. Still do like 66.85 though, if it comes back down. We'll see though. I'll probably have to anticipate it because this one just moves so fast that you really don't have any other choice. But as of right now, not looking like 66.85 will really even be coming into play. So I'm going to go ahead and pause. Well, I'm once again watching Tesla 435. That was the previous support, but now it would be a resistance, and it is acting as resistance. But let's see if the price wants to try to get up above it here. Again, not looking to make back all my gains, but just a little scalp to chip away at things. But as of right now, pulling back once more. So I like the setup even better if it can get back up to the 435. But who knows, maybe this rollover is actually the start of something bigger. And as of right now, it's just pulling back more. All right, I will go ahead and pause. Not really close, but Tesla's really getting very volatile here in this just 1 minute session here. But watching 434.50 for a potential scalp back to the upside. So I mean, if it can get up right around there, that's basically looking to play an attempted trendline break there. Maybe even sooner. What is? Let's see. I have 432. If this thing wants to pull back more, maybe 432.50, but I want to see that drop below 432 first. So if Tesla goes below 432, so that's step number one. I want to see it break down below 432. There we go. So now 432.50 looks very interesting. Back down it goes. Got to watch this one like a hawk though, because it can move so fast. And well, that's why confirmation is important, because as it now it just continues to drift further and further. Wow, JKS just keeps on bleeding. All right, I will pause. I apologize for, having all these dead periods, but I want to at least try to capture these entry points on video. And sometimes, again, going back to the very beginning of this video, these are live, so I never know quite how this is going to behave. But hey, this is how trading goes. Sometimes you can watch and watch and watch, and nothing ever seems to want to give you the confirmation that you want. So I will pause. All right, well, it's starting to, I think at least, show some signs of strength here. $431.50. So I like $431.50 now as a potential area. So I'm glad it dropped down some more. All right, I will pause. Watching 125.65 here on Peloton. This is based on the 5-minute time frame. But as of right now, yeah, 125. Yep, 70, 65, right around there. Looks interesting, but got to see. It's got to come back down now at this point. But all right, I will go ahead and pause this. Well, could it be coming into play? All right, I'll pause. All right, maybe coming into play here. I'm pretty sure I've said pause more than anything else in this video, but yes, I am. Well, maybe not quite yet. Yep, I am going to go ahead and pause. All right, potentially interested to go long here up around 63.25. Looking like a potential bottom here forming. Not necessarily where it's going to go back up to the 70s, but at least for a scalp. I do have an order out to buy at 61.55 though too, if this thing wants to just continue to plunge. In fact, if it looks like it's going to get over 63, I'm going to hop in. In at 63. Let's see if we can get some movement here to the upside. Yeah, in at 63 exactly. Or did I just get suckered in? I still like this candle. I like the volume profile. Still think it's got a good chance to make a move up beyond 63. There we go. Kind of. Yeah. I was looking for something more. Give it a few more moments here to try to make the move here for me. Well, that might have been the move, which was a very weak move. I realized I was in the green, but I mean, I need a little bit more than that. See if it wants to. I mean, I still like the overall premise of the movement here. Can it get back over 63? Now, can it actually make a move here, though? Not seeming so. This is a fake breakdown though, which I think it could be 62.25. Added some more at 62.22. I think that was a fake breakdown. Let's see if we can make another push back up to 63 here. Well, 62.50 is presenting a little bit of a problem. There we go. If we can get a hammer here, then I like this very much. Got to get through the 6270s though. There we go. Can we finally get back up to 63 is the question. And that's a great looking candle that's forming. There's the break of 63. Going to take out 500 there just in case. Just in case this thing doesn't get some additional follow through. All right, going to just take it all out there. Got the hammer, still might go, but I mean, that's such a beautiful looking candle right there that I thought it should be a little bit smoother than that, and maybe it will go. But yeah, and there it goes. So have you ever been there before where you just needed 5 seconds more of patience? I've been there. You just witnessed it right there. But still a nice little trade. And I'm almost thinking, do I want to try to flip over now to the short side here? But this thing's pretty overextended the downside. So, all right, well, brought myself down to just being right down a little bit over 1,000, but we'll see if I can find maybe something else out there. Watching pton here for a break of 125 in there, 200 shares. Let's see if we can get more. I don't know. Is it even worth my time here goofing around with? All right. Well, took a little gain there. Pton owns me today. Getting partial fills, not behaving the way I want it to behave. So I just took the partial there. I still made, 21 cents per share on it, which was nice. Had I gotten all 500, I would have played it a little bit differently, but with 200 shares, a little bit more limited. But yeah, so let's see. Now down 977, which again, like I went back earlier. What's going on with the ENPH? Sorry, I know. Sometimes I interrupt my own learning lessons right in the middle of them because in JKS, so actually played that one pretty well. Could have waited a little bit while longer, sure, but yeah, so there's, like I said, beautiful candle there. And that's why I got out, because after such a beautiful candle, the move, it just didn't behave like it should have, and which proved to be true, because that thing just has now rolled right back over. But if that thing wants to continue to pull back, might be interested in another trade. But I also might be looking to just wrap things up here. Like I said, red days happen, and the way my strategy works is I'm green a whole lot. Lots and lots of green, but when I do lose, they do tend to be bigger. Not always, but those days tend to be a little bit bigger. But the point here being, because it's a high win rate strategy, because I'm pulling green out way more often than red. And if you've ever watched any of my past videos where I do like monthly recaps, you'll see that, there are a couple of red days and they're usually bigger, but there's a whole lot of green days, and that's what can keep the risk versus reward tilted in your favor. Wow, we're over 30 minutes. Over 30 minutes, but I guess if you're still here with me, thank you very much. As far as I'm concerned, I've said this in past long videos, if you're still with me after 30 minutes, as far as I'm concerned, we are friends. But let's see if I can find one more trade, because the market is still pretty active, but I'm definitely not going to force anything, but let's see if there's anything else that arises. Have an order at 94.50 here, 100 shares. I want more than 100. But this would at least get my feet wet. So again, I want more than 100 shares, but I'll start off with 100. But of course, it first needs to just keep on bleeding. Well, and now it's doing the exact opposite. Now it's bouncing back up. It's all right. Never mind. Well, I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. Down 977 on the day. And this is just the transparent life of a day trader. I realize the irony way back when at the beginning, over 30 minutes ago, when I'm talking about, I think I have a chance to make a cool video, and here I am making this video. But, honestly, the learning lesson here that, and I want to explain this the right way, but you can't have big winners unless you let things happen. What do I mean by that? Well, pton, you saw that entire trade. I was positioned. In fact, if you scroll back, you'll see I was in the green. Actually, and why don't I just bring up the the pton chart here. That might make a little bit more sense. And actually, let me change this back to 1 minute. But let's see. At that point right there, it started to come back down. Bearish context. I gave it a chance. It came down. I was in the green. I don't know. I'd have to scroll up. I think I want to say I was up in the green $100, $150, right around there. But I wanted to let it work. I wanted to let it see if it did what I thought it could do and pull back over that much more, which would given me a good size winning trade. So yes, I get it in hindsight. Oh, I could have pulled it out there and made $100, $150. And that's green, that's true. But in order for an overall risk versus reward profile to work out, you've got to let winners win. You've got to let positions work for you. And sometimes, like I said, to be transparent as a day trader, this is what happens. Just brutal moves like that. I mean, that's crazy. Just down and then up. Now, would I take that trade again? Absolutely. I would take that trade. You know, the law of large numbers, more times than not. Now, when I say looking for a big trade, I didn't mean that this thing, I thought it would go down to the lows and then continue to crash down. That's not what I'm saying would happen. But I mean, surely had moved at least, to back test maybe that breakout point, maybe down around there, 120. I mean, if I had let that work out, and it's pton, so this thing can move pretty quick in both directions. It just didn't work out. But you're never going to have a big winning trade unless you give things an opportunity to work. But that's the flip side. Sometimes when you give things the opportunity to work, they all of a sudden go against you and you end up walking away with a loss. Or in this situation, I mean, again, that loss, I can handle that. That's not going to affect my month, especially when I, like I said earlier, just chipped away at it. So went from being down, I don't remember what it was, like $1,400, something like that, to now being down $977. So with commissions, probably right around $1,000, I'd say I'm down on the day. So from a broad monthly point of view, I'll be okay. That's something that I can, dig. That's a hole that I can dig out of. It's not like it just blew up my whole year. It's not like, oh, great, now the past several months are red. Nothing like that. But again, the what you got to learn to do, and it's not fun, and it is. It's easy to just show, and it's easy to just talk about when things go in your favor, and it's like, oh yeah, see. But, this is transparency right here. This is what can happen as day traders too, is you let something try to work and it's valid. At that point, it was valid. Now, if you're just being a greedy savage, that's a whole other story. But this was not being a greedy savage. This was a move that started to roll back over, and given the context, it could have very well pulled back that much more. And that could have been a fantastic, fantastic trade. But it didn't. It moved back up, and then things got a little sloppy up around there. But it is what it is. So, yep. For those people, Clay, you only post winning trades. No, I really don't. Now, do days like this happen often? They don't happen often, and that's why the strategy works, is because it is a higher win rate strategy. But it is what it is. So if you are still with me right now, what should we put down in the comment section? Because I'm curious. Let it work. Put that, if you are still here right now, in the comment section, put let it work, meaning you got to let trades work. You got to give things the opportunity to play out. And so let it work in the comment section if you're still here. And now I'm seeing things. Wow, today was quite an active day. So it makes it sting that much more that on such an active day, here I am in the red. But no, I'm just looking at other things. DKNG, that one. Could we really just get one more trade? The volatility's not really there. So nope, not going to take it. So it is what it is. Like I said, let it work. If you're still here, put it down in the comment section. Also, hit that like button if you enjoy these live trade videos, especially, when I post the losings. Like I said, I'm not saying that all channels don't do this, but yeah, I do know that some situations it's like, where are all the losses at? And there's never any losses, but here there is a loss, and you saw the entire process of how the loss took place. So hit that like button, comments, questions, suggestions, leave those down below, and then check out the rest of the channel. I assure you, to kind of circle back to the learning lesson, you'll see some videos where there are some really big gains, and those big gains happen because I let the trade work. I gave the trade an opportunity to play out, and it did actually play out the way I thought it would. And those gains, like you said, from a bigger picture point of view, keep the accounts and such trending in the way that you want to do it. But thank you for hanging out. Bless your heart if you're still with me right now. Basically 40-minute video. We are friends as far as I'm concerned. Thanks for hanging out. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.